6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face. Blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.
Such sights to show you. We'll tear your soul apart.
Just in the middle of a dream. I was kissing Valentino by a crystal blue Italian stream. But I can't be late, 'cause then I guess I just won't get paid. These are the days when you wish your bed was already made. It's just another manic Monday. It was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. I don't have to run day. It's just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. It's just another manic Monday.
Woo! What's going on out there?
Wait.
Oh.
There.
Wah!
That's right.
What's going on out there, Death Curse Society world? We are back live on the air. And, yeah, if you notice, we're missing one of our cohorts tonight. I'm Red Crank. I got the Zigzag with us, but Colonel is taking the night off for reasons unknown.
This was the actual audio we got from him before the show.
I quit. I quit. I quit. I quit, Mr. White.
And none of us is named Mr. White, so I don't understand that at all.
I know we were very confused. Actually, it was Enchilada Fest Cincinnati this past weekend, and Colonel went, and unfortunately, damn. Actual audio from the Colonel compound.
No, God damn it, Ziggy. No, it's not. Do not trust anything that Zigzag is saying right now.
I got it on good word, man.
You were lying. Liar. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. So it's going to be a little bit different without the Colonel. We won't have his dry, just spot on sense of humor tonight. He may join us in the comments, so you guys may make a little bit of that. So
brought him in there.
Oh, and I see my friend Ariel is watching, or was watching. I don't know if she still is, but happy birthday, Ariel. One of the few sets of twins I actually know, and it's true. Twins are hot. So,
okay,
I'm just being honest. But we do have something to do in honor of the Colonel.
Sports.
Who they gonna beat them Bengals? Woo!
Yep, that's right. The Bengals are advancing to their first AFC Championship game in, I think, 118 years.
It's something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I don't fucking know. But
the only team longer with the drought is the Lions, of course.
Oh, good God. Go Bengals, go Bengals. And also congratulations to my team by proxy, the Kansas City Chiefs, for making it to the game as well. So
wait a minute. Would that mean like Crank versus Colonel's team next week then? Essentially?
It is. But you know what? I'm actually cheering more for the Colonel because, I mean, we've been there the last 4 years. We're used to it.
Look at this.
So, I'm a nice guy.
I hear you. Just wait until they're not making it there every year again. You'll remember.
Oh, then I'll feel the heat. But yeah. All right. Looks like Tyrone's in here. Chris is here, or FaZe, excuse me. Tanya's here. Lorena's here. S. Michael is wondering why he's here.
Why?
But why? And Lorena is following up. This is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful wife.
Same as it
go by. Yeah, many a days go by. And then Ziggy, can you find this up? Special shout out to our friend Orlando. He says, my uncle passed away on Thursday from COVID, and I just want to see if you can get Chucky's simulated laugh. We're always here to cheer you up.
You know what? Abso-fucking-lutely. Unfortunately, I took out the other variants of it with the slow version and the wino version. So just here, enjoy it again one more time.
The drunk version,
right?
Yeah. We got Dan in here. We got Patricia. We got Brandon. BK. We got Raymond. Ariel says hello. And yeah. All right. So that looks like everybody that's in the room so far. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're going to be talking about the late, great Wes Craven and going over his films and our top fives of that. So, yeah.
Wow, he's 7 years gone this year.
Yeah. I agree.
Unreal.
You know, yeah, it's weird. It's weird to think about it, especially when, you know, a movie like Scream comes out a couple weeks ago, and it's kind of got the same spirit of him in it, but you know it's just not him. It's that's kind of a weird thing.
That's it. There's certain filmmakers just have a style and a flair that just you feel it in all their works. Wes Craven was definitely one of these guys and is really sorely missed because you know what? He knew he was chained to the horror genre and he didn't care. He loved it. It. He found creative fucking cool ways to deliver that cool stories under that banner. So, I mean, yeah, rest in peace, the great Wes Craven.
Yeah. And watching his films over the last week or two, I noticed he kind of stole a lot from himself. which is kind of funny. Did you notice that? Did you catch anything like while you were watching? Like, I've seen that in one of his movies before.
There's lots of things like that though, where he'd have buddies also making films and would get props and shit. They'd switch it out. Like obviously the Nightmare on Elm Street, Evil Dead stuff is pretty obvious and prominent. But I mean, just
I'll give you.
Yeah.
Well, the main example I'm thinking of is, obviously the famous bathtub scene with Heather Langenkamp in Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, and there's a recreation of that. Actually, an earlier version of that in a film called Deadly Blessing.
It's 1981.
With Sharon Stone and Ernest Borgnine. And there's a girl in the bathtub, and it's the same shot, legs up in the air. You're looking at her face. She's putting like a towel or something to cover her face. But instead of a Freddy glove, it's a snake that sneaks into the bathtub and then
I do remember
crawls up in the area of her hoo-ha or whatever. Whatever we can say on YouTube.
Yeah, who knows anymore?
Yeah.
Once again, created a nice piece of entertainment for everybody tonight, and we can't run it. Just because we can't take the fucking chance of crashing the channel and blows the algorithm of building on what we need to do to get to the next level. So
yeah,
figuring this out. We're going to get a nice spot on our own fucking webpage that we pay for, and all the stuff that gets flagged and blacked us out off the air will be put there. It will be the forbidden zone of the Death Curse Society.
Yeah.
Because shit is too funny, man. There's so many good ones. There's one that there was a Prince of Darkness Ace Ventura mashup it's gold, but I can't show it to you because they'll turn us off.
They will shut it down. But yeah, let us know what you guys think of Wes Craven's top 5. Start sending those up into the comments, and we'll get to those here shortly. But Zigzag, I think you're going to get us started off. But first, scroll. Thanks to our members. Thanks to our members. Our final girls, of course, Corey, Chris, Lorena, Christy, S. Michael, Patricia, Tanya, and Tyrone. And then, of course, our crazy Ralphs. Thanks to you as well, Angelo and Raymond. And our camp counselors, Stacy, Lynn, Orlando, Kiara, and Dave. Thank you much.
Damn, Skippy. I pushed it.
I know.
Okay.
I was just off to the side. I was hidden by the. So I was
peeking out from the hedge of names. I see.
Yeah.
Well,
what'd you do this week?
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Before we get to the list, I got something. I wanted to get to it last week, but Lorena just came bombarding right in here, so we had to get her on because we don't want to deprive the world of Lorena. It's just too much fucking fun. So I kept this for this week. I am a collector of the board games, especially the horror variety and ones that tribute movies and whatnot. I came across a couple of good ones. And by the way, I just got notification I have a Warriors one coming. The Warriors from the famous movie from '70, but it's kicked back 2 months till March now, so it's cool. But BK, game night, dude. As soon as that shit gets here. All right, yeah. So I got these two. The one I was following, it was a Kickstarter thing, and I just wasn't sure about it. And there it is, man. Silent Night, Deadly Night, the game. And I'll just say, man, the pitch was so good. I had to get it. I mean, it has kill zones. Look at this shit. Shit from the movie. It's right there. The art looks really good. I just couldn't say no, man. Silent Night, Deadly Night looks fun. There's a spinner where you got a 66% chance to live or die. It's crazy. And look at this board. There's the spinner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it looks wild, man. So I threw the bucks down. Comes out in December, just in time for Christmas. So there you go. Silent Night, Deadly Night. And then something else. I got this before. It's called the Final Girl series. Maybe I didn't do this one right. Oh, there it is. Series 2. Yeah, Final Girl. It's a one-player game. It's a full board game, a full spread. You got cards and markers and all this crazy shit. But these things mimic movies of like the classics. Like this. I just started playing it. It's got like a campsite. You're out there. It's just wild. It's a good time for, if you're just sick of playing fucking solitaire all the time, a board game for one. And it was pretty cool. I dug it. And again, they pretty much copy Friday the 13th, Halloween, The Thing, Poltergeist, shit like that. So it's all original stories, and you got one core box, and then the rest of them all kind of build around it. So
it's all original stories.
All
but you're
original
saying
stories.
they copied.
Yeah, they can't use Jason, so you get Hans the Butcher. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So, I mean, but dude, it's cool. The cards are there's violent kills and all this crazy shit. So it's wild. It was definitely. I'm looking forward to it. And then when season 2 got released, I said, "Fuck it." I went ahead and bought, all the new chapters that are coming. There's like 9 of them. So I mean, it's fun. I love it.
You get Jason's distant Swedish cousin Hans the Butcher. Okay.
Hans the Butcher kind of looks like Jason with a like an animal skull on for a mask, but it's cool. It was just the way the killer moves around. You're controlling all of it, but the cards dictate the moves and what happens in the confrontations. So it was really it's pretty damn cool. I'll do a full review on one of these boxes. I'll open them up and show you how it's all set up. Yeah, I think that'd be good because it's underrated. I'm surprised this thing it's going to catch fire. I think because there is a market here for the everyone says, "Oh fuck, I love these horror themed board games," but you need 6 people and 17 hours to play a full one. No, this one was over in like 25 minutes. It's perfect. Really good.
Nice.
So that was my week, man. What were you doing?
Cool. Just working on DCS stuff. The top secret project that is taking for fucking ever. Made some progress though.
I saw it, and it made me excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was cool,
I'm pumped. Hopefully we can get that started here in the next 3 weeks, maybe month at the most. But we're creeping up on that. So
we're gonna need some assistance from a couple of members on this one too. So keep your ears to the mailbox or whatever.
Yeah. Just for testing purposes, we may need to do a couple of tests before we unveil this.
This is
to
some
make
shit.
sure all the bells and whistles work. So that was about it for me. Didn't really do much. Watched a bunch of fucking Wes Craven movies. Even a couple of old TV ones that I don't think I had ever seen before. Or if I had, I drank them away in my 20s.
So I mean, I'm sure there are probably some there that it's like, oh, that's Wes Craven. You'd be like, oh, Wes Craven. Sure, that's why it was familiar. I mean, so.
Yeah.
But I don't know. These lists are pretty. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Alaskan's here. He says, "Happy Monday, DCS. Best way to start the week." We appreciate that, and we agree. How ironic.
I'd buy that for $1.
There you go.
Absolutely. Patricia wants to know, Crank, what's on my shirt? This is the exclusive perk for being an associate or supporting Hearts of Darkness, the final Friday. This is the Jason Goes to Hell Army shirt. Hold on. Let me blow this up.
Yeah.
Can I do that? How do I do that?
Want me to get you?
Yeah, you do that. Is it right there?
It's right here. So
okay. Yep. Yeah, I found it. Got it. Yeah. So Jason Goes to Hell Army.
As you can see, the perk pack went through Crank's house, and a lot of the better, finer products stayed right there with him.
You got your hat?
I got my trucker hat. Yes, it's so nice.
Colonel, I still need to send his way, but I may just save it until March and bring it to him.
What did he get? He got something cool too.
He got the Hearts of Darkness shirt.
See
no
shirts for Zigzag.
Yeah, that we ended up printing anyway because they contacted us to do the printing for them. So,
anything we can do to help.
That's right. Stripper Wrangler wants to know: is this a list for Wes Craven as writer, director, or both? We went with mostly director, I think.
I think so. But a lot of them he did write anyway. I mean, he wrote part of it or co-wrote it. So.
Right. He had his toes in a lot of that anyway. So
but let's have it, man. Stripper Wrangler, go ahead. Give us your Wes Craven's written, if it varies from what we got here.
Sure. Absolutely. Hey, check out who's here. Q.
Hey.
The Duke himself.
The Duke himself from Roseblood.
Yeah. He says, man, people under the stairs has to go in there, right?
Oh,
Probably in there.
I hope. I don't know. I have not seen Crank's list. Did Colonel submit a list? Are we going to run his? We should probably just run his list first if he's got it.
Well, his is he was scheduled to go last, but yeah, we could do his first if we need to. Who's going to impersonate Colonel since he did such a bang-up job impersonating me that one ass time?
Shit, I would have practiced it, man. Go ahead and do it. You owe him.
We only got like 10 minutes notice, so.
Yeah.
Damn it.
You can do it. You do the Colonel.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I can.
Warriors.
That's not the Colonel.
Fucking board game, dude. Board game.
BK is excited.
Oh, dude. So am I.
Patricia says she also collects board games.
I'm getting a lot of them now, man. They're starting to. I mean, I've got like 4 totes filled with these fucking things. So I mean, all sorts of stuff from The Shining, Friday the 13th. No one's made a Halloween board game yet. I'm very surprised at this.
That is it. That is an interesting thought. That'd be an
Needs to
interesting
happen.
concept. Yeah. Well, maybe they have, but they just can't get the licensing for it.
That's where it is. No one. It's gonna bust their whole fucking investment egg just getting the fucking rights secured.
Yeah, John Carpenter says, "Oh, you want to make a board game, huh? That will be $7 million. Thank you."
I think that was the sound of another check landing in John Carpenter's hand.
As a matter of fact, it was.
It was.
It was.
I don't remember commenting this, but I think this must be the Colonel pirating the comments.
Yeah. Here, hang on. Let me see. It's right here.
He says, Hans the Butcher sounds like a German heel character from 1980s World Wrestling Federation. It does, actually. Yeah. Dave's here. Sorry I'm late.
Dave. All right, here's Hans the Butcher right here.
Hold on. That looks more like a Jigsaw ripoff.
Yeah, but he's all beefy. He's got like a leather face smock on. I mean,
yeah, or a combination like Jason, Jigsaw, Victor Crowley.
All the heroes are final girls though. They're all based on your favorites from all your movies. I got one that looks just like your girl from part 2. But yeah, this is just this is Camp Happy Trails. This version, and the artwork is great. The playability, it doesn't seem like it's going to be very repetitive. Like it's just the way the cards are random. They're going to move all over the place. So,
right. Can you find a link and throw that in the comments so where people can get information about those if they want them?
Yeah, I think it's Indigo. It's like one of those. You're still funding it, but I mean, they tried to raise $100,000 for the second campaign, and they raised like $1.4 million for the second campaign. I think they're going to be okay. It should be available there. But yeah, I will dig up a link and get it posted up on the site. Let me see here.
All right. Yeah, stripper. Yeah, Raymond. We know it's you. I'm remembering the names as we go through here now. Dave Colonel is taking the night off tonight. He's got some stuff going on, so he'll be back. S. Michael says the officially licensed Night of the Living Dead game is next on his list. I haven't even heard about that one.
I have it.
You already have that?
I already have it. I fucking got the first version that came out from the Indiegogo.
Okay.
Oh, I haven't opened it yet, though. That is something we definitely have to open on camera, I think, because this one, same thing, so fucking detailed. I even bought the extra figures and shit that came with it, I mean, had to do it. Okay, I am posting the link to the Final Girl game right now.
All right.
There you go.
Bling, bling, bling. There it goes. All right, so we're not... I'm not going to do a Colonel impersonation. But
let me tell you.
I'm not going to do that either. But I might do this. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let me get into Colonel's list. I don't really know what he would say about many of these, so I'm just going to kind of list them, I guess, and then we'll...
Thinking he was kind of young when a lot of these came out anyway, so...
Well, yeah. So, Number 5 from top 5 of Wes Craven for the Colonel is The Serpent and the Rainbow.
Fucking
Yeah.
5. That's the best he can do.
I don't think he's seen it in a while.
It holds up. It's still good.
I watched it again recently too. We'll see where it goes.
Mm.
Number 4 for the Colonel is Q's request, The People Under the Stairs. Absolutely.
If it's not on all 3 of our lists, that's a problem, I think. That movie's so fucking good.
Well, I mean, a lot of his are good.
Yeah.
So it's hard to... okay.
Even though it pissed me off at the time because the trailer depicted it as something completely different than what it was. But now it's a prominent spot on my DVD show.
Number 3 for the Colonel. Now, this one, a little out of left field. Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Kadeem Hardison steals the show in this fucking movie.
Yes.
I will say that. Eddie Murphy is okay. Angela Bassett's great in it, but
I'm wondering if it didn't just get kind of overcorporated. You know what I mean? Because it does lose that. Remember we talked about that Wes Craven kind of flow.
Oh yeah,
it gets lost in this movie. It starts off great, but then it gets lost.
Yeah. Hey, this is Colonel's list.
This is the Colonel's list. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe if he needs to defend himself in the comments, he can.
He will.
Number 2 for the Colonel. The Hills Have Eyes. Oh, yes.
Nice.
And then we get into his honorable mentions. It looks like Scream, Shocker, and The Last House on the Left.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I love that poster for The Last House on the Left, though, because it looks more like a garage sale announcement than it does a movie poster.
Well, it's 1971 or whatever the fuck, man.
1972, yeah. No, I know, but god damn, that poster is rough. And number 1 for the Colonel, the one that's probably number 1 in most of your list, many people's list, the original 1984 Nightmare on Elm Street. Game changer. Fucking game changer, man.
Who did not leave that theater just with never forgetting that name? Fred Krueger, man. From that point on. Nobody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Colonel, it's a glorious list.
All right. Carrie's here from across the pond. Hello, Carrie. She says, hi, Buttes. I'm pretty sure she's talking to the people in the comments and not us because she can actually see us. Just kidding. All right. Colonel says, The Serpent. Haven't seen in some time. Go fuck yourself, Zag.
See, you're at the mercy of the buttons here now.
And BK says, I'll do a Colonel impression. I got sick because I didn't wash my dick.
All right.
Thank you. Colonel also says, Vampire in Brooklyn. He watched that shit constantly on HBO when it first came out. Last House on the Left, I assume. Rapey movie.
Rapey. Yeah, it is. But it was real and super gritty.
Yeah. Colonel says, it came out a month before I was born. Never seen it in theaters. I assume he's talking Nightmare?
No, I think he means Vampire in Brooklyn, doesn't he?
I doubt that.
No, he would have been born already for that.
Yeah. Hey, Peter Anthony's here. What's up, Peter? Hope you're having a good night.
He's got his Hulk Hogan World Championship fucking belt. He's doing just fine. That thing was fucking sweet, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Autographed by the Hulkster.
And Colonel says, yes, Nightmare was the one that came out.
Right. Well, 84. There you go.
Yeah. Math. My strong point. And, hey, Peter also has, I don't know if it's still available, but They keep dropping new perks and stuff on the Roseblood Indiegogo thing. You can actually get the You can get the mechanical arm from MP Strang, the one that gets ripped off or de-skinned and then freaks out. Yeah, degloved. So if you guys are
that scene, you could feel because break their skin like even a little bit. It's like, God damn it! It's like fire and.
I don't know if it's still available, but check out their Indiegogo for Roseblood, the final campaign.
That stuff's flying off the shelf, man. That Halloween mask went like in 5 seconds.
Oh, most of them are gone within like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So, cool stuff, man. Keep it up. And they're going to be doing some shooting, I guess, here in the next few months. So,
doing a video. Yep.
Interesting. All righty. Well, should we do your list, Ziggy, or should we get some of the fan lists out of the way?
Are there fan lists up there? Do a fan list or two.
Oh, yeah. There's a ton of fan lists already.
Well, fucking A. Let's see what you got.
I think this is the first one. All right. S. Michael says, number 5, New Nightmare. Number 4, Scream. Number 3, Swamp Thing. Number 2, Serpent the Rainbow. Honorable mentions. Presents They, which happens to be my favorite horror movie, but he didn't direct.
Right.
We'll let that count.
That's like the writing question. I think that came up earlier.
Well, I think he produced that one. He was like an exec producer of that one.
Unfortunately, he did do a lot of things too, where it was all Wes Craven presents, and it's just same thing. The Carpenter check,
Well, like the Dracula thing, the Dracula trilogy they did. That's none of those he directed. Yeah. I think Patrick Lucier's longtime editor directed the first one. But, and then number 1, of course, Nightmare on Elm Street. Long live Freddy fucking Krueger, an icon who transcends the genre. Elm Street elevated Craven to legendary status and gave me a way to fuck with my wife, who is still scared of Freddy to this day. Nice. Very nice list. Very nice list. All right. Patricia's got hers. She says number 5, Swamp Thing. Number 4, Vampire in Brooklyn. Getting a little Eddie Murphy love up in here. Number 3, Last House on the Left. Number 2, Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 1, The People Under the Stairs. Number 1. Interesting.
It's not surprising to me at all.
Sure. All right. Honorable mentions, The Hills Have Eyes, Shocker, and Scream.
Yeah.
All right. Ziggy?
Damn, I almost mashed the boo button by mistake.
That would have sucked.
Sorry.
All right. Orlando's list. Number 5, The People Under the Stairs. Number 4, The Breed. Was that one he directed?
Which one?
The Breed? I'll take your word for it. Number 3, New Nightmare. Number 2, Scream. And number 1, Nightmare on Elm Street. Honorable mention, Deadly Friend. There's one that I wasn't sure would make anybody's list.
I wondered if that one was going to show up. Did he direct that? I think he's...
Yeah. No, he directed that one.
It's another one where it didn't really... He made a string of movies that he would go on to say, the technology didn't match my vision. Although they fucking banged it up with the gore in Deadly Friend, and that's one of the best beheadings with a basketball you'll ever see. Mwah.
Yep. All right. Lorena says, be it known that I love Craven's older backwater inbred stuff. See list. All right. Let's go to the list. Number 5, People Under the Stairs. Number 4, Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 3, Deadly Blessing. Number 2, Last House on the Left. Honorable mentions, Scream, Shocker, Serpent the Rainbow, and Swamp Thing. I'm surprised there's not like a blaxploitation remake of that called Swamp Thing. And number 1, The Hills Have Eyes. Very nice.
I was looking at something. Sorry. See, everyone loves Wes Craven, man. He was one of the greats.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Here's Ray's list. Number 5, Shocker. Number 4, People Under the Stairs. Number 3, The Hills Have Eyes. Number 2, Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 1, The Last House on the Left. Nice. Honorable mention, Swamp Thing and Scream. Or is that Scream 3?
It's like Scream 3.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm finding a lot of people do have love for Scream 3. I'm just, I'm on the other side of it. It's kind of like, yeah, that was cool until that ending, kind of. But, and again, I don't like too much of that slapstick that they put in there in place of actual terror and horror.
Right. All right, here's Dave's list. Number 5, Shocker. Number 4, Hills Have Eyes. Number 3, Scream. Number 2, Serpent the Rainbow. Number 1, Nightmare. Uh-oh. Who's this? Oh, never mind. I know who this is.
Uh-oh.
Chase Carter wants to know, what's the combined age of these two hosts?
Does that really matter?
It doesn't. Tell your dad to go fuck himself.
Oh, jeez.
You know who
I
that
just
is,
thought of
right?
that number. That is a sad fucking number, too, Crank. Just so, Jesus Christ.
At least it's still 2 digits.
It's only 2 digits. I'll give you that. I'm not helping too much with that one. Sorry.
You realize who that? Well, neither am I. You realize who that is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
That's your boy. I know.
No, no, not my boy. It's Brucey's kid.
Oh, that's
why I'm like,
probably Brucey then.
Well, yeah, because he asked again, like, what's the combined? Go fuck yourself, Brucey.
God damn it, Brucey.
What's the combined? Hey, what's the? How many times has your wife turned you down for sex this week? Answer that question first.
How about what's the combined amount of dollars we spend on games we never fucking play?
Ooh, that's higher than our age.
Yes, that's higher than our age.
Dave says, oh, and the new Scream blows multiple goats. Okay. Anyway. Oh, hey, Flet. Hello, Flet. Hey, guys. Hope you're having a wonderful, amazing stream. Thank you, Flet. Flet lives. Excuse me. Great throwback to Chevy Chase movie.
Sounds like a channel or something. Is that another show?
It might be. I don't know.
Let us know, brother.
Yeah,
what
I'll
you
look it up. Deadly Friend, Lorena says. Deadly Friend was good. I need to put that on my rewatch list. I didn't get to that one yet.
Well,
okay.
Honestly,
Ray says Scream 3 sucked. He was joking.
Okay.
Glad I found that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ziggy. Deadly Friend.
Oh, Deadly Friend. Yeah. It's honestly, it's really not a great movie at all. I mean, it gets really, really silly and campy and not in a good way for what you would expect from a Wes Craven film. So,
right.
But definitely worth once in a while, like every 20 years. Yeah, throw it in. The hell.
Ooh, Lorena also would be up for a revenge exploitation list. Maybe
exploitation list. So I Spit on Your Grave. Yeah. There's certainly plenty of those out there. Could be
done. I think. That latest one, Violation. That could be on there.
Yep,
remember that one?
From last year? That trend seems to be coming back in right now with a lot of these up and coming films.
Mm-hmm. That one that was like Red Riding Hood or whatever.
Yeah.
That one could be included.
Yep.
Carrie's got a list. She says Chiller at number 5. Number 4, Vampire in Brooklyn. Number 3, Shocker. Number 2, Nightmare on Elm Street. And number 1, The First Scream. Excellent list, Carrie. Brucey says that's a good one. All right, good. I'm glad you like that. All right. Hey, Ziggy, you got a list?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I probably got a list, I think. I like Wes Craven.
I hope you got a list because that's the homework.
That was the homework. Yeah, it was easy homework for me, man. Because like I've seen all his movies numerous times, and going back down the road again, watching them again, no problem. Number 5, one of the better comic book adaptions you'll see, Swamp Thing. It's great. It's got it all. It's campy the right way. Swamp Thing. You haven't seen it? Come on. I mean, even just the look of the creature it's so perfect to the comics, man. It's really good. Adrian Barbeau in scantily clad dresses and stuff. Can't go wrong. Number 4, yes, The People Under the Stairs. Pissed me the fuck off because the trailer depicted a completely different kind of movie, more supernatural kind of shit going on under the stairs. But what a cool fucking quirky, silly movie. And, Ving Rhames introduction there. It's fucking cool, man. And then what is it? Everett McGill?
Mhm.
That's the guy who plays the fucking daddy. And
Yeah.
God damn, what a bunch of freaks. But they play it to the hilt, and it's such a good watch. You'll end up you feel good, almost like you saw a comedy when you see this movie. It's that good. Number 3.
Both of them, Everett McGill
Yes.
and Wendy Roby, also
Yes.
play husband and wife in Twin Peaks.
They go for it, and they go for the crazy full hilt, and it's awesome. Number 3 is The Hills Have Eyes. Back in the 70s, man, it was all about getting in the car on the road trip with the parents. So this shit was very fucking real to me. And it's just good. Who would you freak seeing something like Pluto coming at you out there? Fuck yeah, you would. The bald-headed prick. But still, I mean, this was another where Wes grit Craven. You know what I mean? Because it's so fucking gritty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was still late 70s there, but man, what a fucking, again, original piece. Something he became known for down the whole trail, too. Is just how original and unique the shit he did was.
Yeah, most of his stuff in the 70s was gritty and kind of hardcore, a little bit over the top, but still somewhat realistic.
And this shit stood out amongst all that. So The Hills Have Eyes. Another one I've had my brother Christmas like 25 years ago when DVDs first fucking came out. That was one of the DVDs he bought me because we used to rent it all the time. We'd get 1 and 2 and just have all day like a fucking, the neighborhood kids would come over and we got a 4 o'clock showing. Okay, The Hills Have Eyes. Here we go. Yeah, glorious. If you haven't seen it, put it the fuck in. Number 2, and it's too easy to put this one at number 1, so I didn't. A Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger, Johnny Depp launching his career. You got the blood, you had horrible kills, and just the thought of being slashed with that glove, and then the fact that this guy can get you in your sleep. It was just nothing like this before this at all. And it's fucking glorious. It still is, but only number 2 on this list. Honorable mentions. Scream, of course. It's, as we said, reinvigorated the slasher genre as much as it could in 1996. And we thank them for that. Once again, he did something that everyone involved in the studios was like, this is never going to work. They told him, so, and he didn't care. Yeah. Did it again, and it was great. It was fucking cool. The Last House on the Left. This one fucking so grounded in reality again here, and just scumbags caught on. It's like, fuck, you really hated these fucking guys. You know what I mean? And that's just great storytelling and filmmaking that makes you do that. And obviously the acting is as good as it could be for early 70s, but it's Craven through and through. Final honorable mention, shocker. Yeah, not a great film. We just talked about this 2 weeks ago in the 1989 list. But again, one of the other films he said the technology just doesn't match my vision. And the final product just didn't live up to what he wanted.
Ooh.
Yeah. The fuck was that?
What?
Just heard something went through my earpiece. That's really weird.
Oh, I did. Woo.
Oh, you did a woo? I got
Well,
I can't see you right now. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I said that about Shocker, just like, ooh, goodness. Yeah, it did not live up to the vision.
It did have a fair amount of good blood in it, though. I mean, Horace Pinker is that's the character. I would love to see him in a serious, like, pre-Shocker murder slasher. You know, it would be great seeing him do that. But yeah, it is what it is, and it's Wes Craven. It is an original story, but oh my god, that Pete Berg can't act to save his fucking life, though. I mean,
he's rough.
He's a better director than he is an actor. That's for fucking sure.
Heather Langenkamp was a better actor in that movie than he was.
Whew.
And she's only pictured briefly.
Yeah. Number 1, if you haven't figured it out, The Serpent and the Rainbow. This thing brought voodoo out of the stupid jungles of the Tarzan movies and all that dumb shit and made it a serious, threatening, scary situation. Fucking voodoo, zombie powder. And it was grounded in this reality. Fucking cool. The hallucinations, the feeling of not being able to stop yourself from appearing dead, but fully awake and aware and feeling everything. Nightmares. Fucking nightmares. And once again, Wes Craven through The Serpent and the Rainbow. Bill Pullman. One of the only roles I really, really like where I'm not completely annoyed by him, you know?
By Bill Pullman?
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess, you know what? It's his Independence Day role. I can't forgive him for this. No. President, I'm getting in that plane too. Sir. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
No, I know.
2/3 of the government's fucking gone. Are you kidding me? Sorry. I digress. The Serpent and the Rainbow. Awesome. It's got some great effects in it that are just absolutely chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Like the crackly bones of the corpses walking around and shit. I fucking love it, man.
But some of the effects but some of the effects in the finale, in the climax of it, again, don't seem to live up to his vision either.
I was still so delighted with the movie up to the very end of it that, you know, so what? I was allowed. I'm forgiving, but I think it's something that it's that or Nightmare on Elm Street. That's it. If you've got to pick one Wes Craven movie, but we'll see. We'll see what Crank's list says.
It might be very different.
Oh boy.
Maybe. Good list, Iggy. Now, I started noticing while doing some of this research that dreams played a hell of a part of Wes Craven's filmography. I mean, obviously, Nightmare on Elm Street being a big one. Shocker, the guy is kind of playing with the idea of, being able to go to sleep and dream of things and then bring Horace Pinker into the world through the TV and all that stuff. And, he played with a lot of the same elements in some of his movies too, like thematic elements, which cool. And then Serpent and the Rainbow, especially because, the whole being dead, or appearing dead, but not being dead, you're still, it's almost like a dream state. And the hallucinations that they go through in Serpent and the Rainbow are very cool.
I remember looking that up and seeing the trailers and going, a fucking voodoo movie, and just have, my preconceived notions of what voodoo movies were and how it worked and shit. I was like, there's no fucking way this is going to be scary. I was just fucking delighted at how it turned out and how fucking creepy and freaky it was.
Dude, I'll throw it back up there too, because I tell you what, when this popped up in movie theater posters and shit, and then showed up on home video in your video store, you saw that and you're like, the fuck is this?
Well, that was the trailer too,
Don't let them bury me. I'm not dead.
Yeah, but I mean, that image alone right there is just, that's enough for, if you knew in the 80s and even early 90s, when you're cruising around looking for something to watch, something like this, is going to pop off the shelf, and you're grabbing that bitch in a heartbeat. And it wasn't a grab. It wasn't a bad grab. So
still holds up.
Yeah. Let's see here. Can't remember where we left off. Oh wow, Ray's here. Different Ray. He says,
Ray!
I love Everett McGill. I do too, man. He's great.
He's good in lots of things, like what's the one with Clint Eastwood, Heartbreak Ridge or Hamburger Hill? One of the Heartbreak Ridge.
Heartbreak Ridge.
And what is it? With Steven Seagal. Dark Territory, whatever. Isn't he in that one?
Maybe. I don't know right off the top of my head, but
he's good in that too.
Let's see here. Carrie says, "Thank you for the applause. I found Laura Palmer's diary read by Cheryl Lee and the Dale Cooper tapes on YouTube. Crank, nice. Hold on.
I'm
gonna leave that up there for a second.
There he goes, folks.
Oh baby,
Colonel, what do you think about all this?
Shut the fuck up.
Got to keep him involved.
So, all right, you mentioned it. Yes. Here is I'm going full screen again. There we go. There you go, Carrie. What do you think of that? This is the
Turn it a little bit. Turn
original
it.
edition.
There you go.
The original edition right here, baby. I've read this thing so many damn times. I love this.
Well, we're waiting.
All right, fine. And then if you didn't know, there's also the autobiography of FBI Special Agent Dale Cooper, My Life, My Tapes. That was available back in the 90s. And then, yes, they actually did this. They put this on audio cassette. The tapes, the Twin Peaks tapes of Agent Cooper. And the cassette is still in there. I still have the damn cassette. Can't believe it. But yeah, this sits on my shelf, my DVD shelf. Those are just some of my things. You can take me off of the solo now.
Was that like the biggest waste of money in the history of movie memorabilia?
As a matter of fact, it was.
No, it was not.
I can't dish you. I have 4 copies of City of the Living Dead on vinyl. So what the fuck am I going to talk to you about?
Right. Fuck you. But yeah, there you go, Carrie. Hope you enjoyed that. Dave says, Dr. Allen, I want to hear you scream.
See, no, that is exactly the bit I made with Y&O. And of course, we can't fucking run it because it's owned by Universal. So, otherwise, they will crash the show. Real quick, let me just go ahead real quick and push it right here. And I was going to fuck with these guys all night if Colonel was here because Colonel would have a conniption heart attack every time I reached for the button.
I just do that.
Check it out. We'll do it again. Go ahead. Let's see if the video would have stopped.
Oh, wait.
Oh, not that one. Yeah.
No, I'm not. I didn't even load it in here.
Yeah. Patricia says, great Liz Zag. Lorena says, formidable Liz Zag. Patricia also adds, I need to revisit Serpent the Rainbow. Yes, you should. Highly recommended. Tyrone says, great Liz Zag. Dave says, I also like that creepy dude in Serpent. So good. He is.
Yeah.
Peter says, I remember watching the Spike and the Dick scene for Serpent the Rainbow. Fucked me up for a while. Yes. Absolutely.
You know when the guy, the priest kind of comes up and he goes, this will give you some protection, but then he just kind of gives him a hug and he's just trying to get the fuck away from him. And he's got a fear on his face that is just, you can feel it, man. Taste it almost in that movie. It's just like, oh, fuck, what's coming? And then, of course, the zombie powder is coming right at him pretty much right after that. So great fucking movie, man. I love that shit.
Oh, yeah. BK says, is Serpent the movie where someone's junk gets nailed to a chair? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Peter answered you. And BK says, that's why I only saw it once. Yeah, very tough.
I want to hear you scream. And he's like, you want to hear me scream? Ah! He's like, good enough.
Good enough. Yeah. Lorena says, Serpent the Rainbow doesn't feel like a Wes Craven movie to me. Not sure why. I disagree.
Oh, yes, 100%.
I think it does.
I think it is the epitome of what Wes Craven is Serpent and the Rainbow. Just the way it looks. It you can't get out. You can't
Dave
escape.
says, I love show and tell for reals. Yeah. I don't have much when it comes to like collectible stuff, really, but I have those and I love that shit. Lorena says, I have a copy of the horse picture in Giant Spider Invasion, which is definitely infinitely dumber than any Twin Peaks memorabilia.
Well, let's see it, man. Let's get a picture up here.
Yeah, send us a picture of that. I'd love to see that. That's funny. All righty. I guess I'll kick off my list. Did somebody else send in another one, I thought? Or did I get them all? There's Dave's. I did Carrie's list. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then, yeah, we're caught up. All right. Just wanted to check. Didn't want to miss it.
You just made the list!
I haven't dropped a list on here in a while.
My list is somewhat different than Ziggy's. Not horribly different.
Like, probably put that fucking musical on there.
Hold on, I got to make a change in my list real quick. Hey, Meryl Streep is probably the best actress of our time. Arguably. Yeah. You don't appreciate art, Ziggy.
I do. But I just think there's many on that same plateau as her.
Oh, there's many that are good, close, on par, but
she's good. She's good.
She's been doing it for 40 fucking years, basically, though. So
what's the last thing? That Roseanne Barr movie. She's in that one, isn't she? She Devil. Isn't that Meryl
Streep? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
That's the last thing you saw with her in it?
No.
Oh my God! I was gonna say, Jesus Christ.
That's like 90s.
You are out of the loop when it comes to Meryl Streep films.
No. Well aware.
I'm not a huge follower of her, but the ones I do see her in, she normally knocks it out of the park. I'll admit it. All right. Anyway, fuck Meryl Streep. We're talking horror and we're talking Wes Craven. So my number 5 for top 5 Wes Craven films is the revenge exploitation flick, The Last House on the Left. Watched this a few months ago again, and damn, yeah, it still kind of stacks up. The remake is not bad either. I'll admit it. And that's another thing I've noticed when doing my research for this week is Wes Craven may be the most remade director out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
would you agree with that?
Him and Carpenter definitely. We have to do an official tally, but I think there's definitely some gravity to that statement.
Yeah, I mean, many of mine have been remade. So,
Last House on the Left, yes. Hills Have Eyes, yes.
Nightmare on Elm Street, yes. Swamp Thing, yes.
Yes. Well, yes, yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
What was the other one I saw on somebody's list? The People Under the Stairs is coming, a remake.
Yes, it is. I'm not sure about that. Hope they do it good.
Yeah, no shit. Anyway, Last House on the Left, number 5 for me. Still brutal, still fucked up, Still realistic and still horrifying, to this day. Number 4 for me, a little bit slightly outside of horror, but still somewhat terrifying, Red Eye. This is one of those movies that we were talking about, the Wes Craven flow, that hits that fucking flow because it starts and it does not stop. It's one of those that is tense, damn near from the first couple of minutes that you see what's going on and you know what's happening. When that movie starts, it starts.
Cillian Murphy really, I think, is the catalyst that makes that work and it helps him achieve that vibe like that. And on mine, it would be number 6. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Number 6.
There's something right there that keeps it away. Some other ones just a little bit more than Red Eye, but I mean, definitely, again, Cillian Murphy worth the price of admission.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Who was it that we had on? Was it Adam Marcus that said this was probably one of his favorite Wes Craven movies?
Yeah.
So, because it's just tight and taut and holy shit, it's one of those edge of your seat thrillers, and it really is. And it's well done. So, kudos. Number 3 for me, and only a couple of you guys, even the viewers, have brought this up, which is kind of strange to me. But Wes Craven's New Nightmare. When A Nightmare on Elm Street runs out of steam in the late 80s, early 90s, what are you going to do? You bring back the original creator and say, what would you do with the Nightmare on Elm Street world now? Well, I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd turn it meta. This is almost like a prequel to Scream in a way, not really, but in a thematic way, because it just goes so meta into the world. And then Scream took that and was just like, how can we expand that metaverse to really fuck with people? And I've always liked this movie. This is right there in the top 3 of the Nightmare movies for me, probably. Maybe 1, 3, and then New Nightmare. Sometimes maybe even 1 New Nightmare 3, depending on my day of the week. But I love this movie. I've always loved this movie. And I thought they handled things in the story really well. So, number 2 for me. I don't know why I did that. Number 2 for me, the original Nightmare. We've all said it. It changed the game. It reopened slashers to a new world. We didn't think, we didn't know we could deal with the dream world like we could. Once that happened, it opened a whole new world. And that's one of the things that Wes Craven is really beloved for over his career, is how many times did he change the game? I mean, shit, Last House on the Left was kind of a game changer, even for as early as it was.
I don't know. Wasn't that kind of like still the residue of his little porn career he had before he started making mainstream movies?
Yeah, right. But I mean, it introduced a lot more stuff like that. People saw that and were like, oh, okay.
He has a rumored deep involvement in Deep Throat. I wonder to what capacity,
Yeah, I'm wondering too. But it was one of those that, Nightmare changed the game. Scream changed the game. He had a way of doing things before they were the norm a lot of the times. And I'll even go as far as to say, well, let me get to my number 1 and I'll talk about that. But Nightmare on Elm Street, number 2. Honorable mentions for me, Scream. And then another one that has not been mentioned or brought up. I love his collaborations with Kevin Williamson. This is one that kind of gets looked over a lot of the times. Cursed. Christina Ricci, another script by Kevin Williamson. Kind of a cheesy werewolf movie, but it's got a little bit of a twist and that whodunit factor to it that makes it kind of fun. Joshua Jackson's in it. You instantly think Joshua Jackson is the main bad guy as soon as he turns Christina Ricci down for sex when she offers. I'm like, he's okay. It's got to be him. I mean, I thought that even back in 2005 or whenever this came out when I saw it.
Yes, but this movie he battled with the fucking Weinstein brothers
Oh yeah,
who they got rid of the practical effects altogether and went all CGI with it, which to horrible results, in my
it
opinion.
shows.
Didn't make my fucking list because of it. And he kind of washed his hands of this title. This was one he was never proud of because of that and those idiots at Miramax.
Sure. Well, and Miramax is at the time, you know, they were the big ballers, but they also enacted their control over everything, and we know what that means.
Big
Most
mistake on this particular choice. They fucking sounds like they took a good film and just made it just chum and shit.
I still kind of like it though, you know. So sue me. And
I'm gonna sue you, but I will say
my last honorable mention. What?
I said I will say this.
You're going to Willie.
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
All right, whatever, Ziggy. All right, and my last honorable mention, yes, Swamp Thing. Holy shit, love this fucking movie. Watched this all the time back in the day on repeat, basically as often as I could. Adrienne Barbeau, crush. Ray Wise would go on to be in Twin Peaks later. And I like the cheesy creature makeup
done right.
It looks good for the 80s. It looks fun.
1980, man.
Yeah. So, and naturally, one thing, and I watched this again recently, and I think I mentioned this before. Harry Manfredini did the music for the Swamp Thing, and it's literally straight lifted out of Friday the 13th. If you haven't watched it lately, you're going to be sitting there going, wait, is Jason about to come around the corner? It's lifted. I mean, it's straight lifts.
A lot of those. Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah. Oh, no, there's straight segments of music that are just taken. That's almost in there, I think.
It's a little bit. I know it's so good though. I remember that movie. We were in Florida on vacation, and whatever we were going to do that day, it was raining cats and dogs, crazy, like storm, typhoon. So we went in this fucking mall in Florida, and there was an arcade with Donkey Kong and all the classics of 1980, and then we went to the multiplex and saw Swamp Thing. And
nice.
Turned out to be a pretty good fucking day.
I still enjoy this movie. It's, 40-something years old now, so yes, get prepared for a 40-year-old film, but still fun.
The story's good. Like I said, it's just like reading a comic book. And they did it just like that, and it's so good that way.
And it works. Number 1 on my list, like I said, he changed the game a few different times. This one, now that elevated horror is kind of the thing, I don't know if this would necessarily be the first elevated horror, but it kind of started to lead into that, I think, and it's the Serpent the Rainbow. This thing was, it delved into a topic a lot of people didn't know a whole lot about, but it delved into it the right way. And that being voodoo, of course. And then it presented the storyline so well that it just works. And it's still, I watched this last night, and god damn, it's creepy. And it still works. Now, like I said earlier, some of the effects in the finale don't necessarily hold up, but you get the idea. Again, it's 30-something-year-old movie, almost 40-year-old movie. So, time ages shit. But I love this fucking movie, man. I haven't seen it in a long time. And I'll agree with you. The Bill Pullman performance in this is probably one of his better. And most of the other people in this, you're not going to recognize. You may recognize a couple of people, but that's about it. Everyone else is just random.
Fucking chick bites that Wine glass, dude.
Ugh. That happens a couple of times.
Yeah, I know.
Well, and the snake that comes out of the mouth at one point. That's such a good shot.
It's horrible, man.
Yeah.
All right, Crank. Good list, buddy.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
I'm sorry.
Asshole!
I hate you sometimes.
That's like all the way top and the bottom of the button list, too, folks. It took some skill to pull that off there. Just
Oh, good Lord.
so you know. Just working
Quit.
hard to make this thing work.
Quit it. Quit it.
No, that was good, though, man. I mean, Serpent and the Rainbow, how could man, that movie.
Well, and it hit the top of, or, it was either one or two on most people's list that got mentioned. Let's see if I can find some here. Or maybe not most, but several. It was two on Dave's. Oh, crap. Scrolled all the way up. It was two on S. Michael's. It was... Oh, not mentioning that one. It was on a couple other people's lists that I can't think of right now, but I think maybe not. As I'm scrolling through, I thought I saw it more than maybe I did. Number two on Dave's. Yeah, so
Fantastic.
I think it's a great movie.
Just horror from Unlikely Place.
Yeah, and it's I like the fact that they treated voodoo as like an actual thing and not just a throwaway plot contrivance,
Right. The Tarzan fucking jungle
Right.
bullshit.
The,
That's all we had.
The James Bond treatment.
Yes, the white zombie and all that shit. It's just this fucking was a whole mythology behind it and why it was there and why they used it, and it all was really fucking super creepy.
Yeah. Dave says, I'm not sure if I've even seen Swamp Thing. I think it's available on Tubi
It's out there
right now. Yeah, you should be able to find it.
The second one with Heather Locklear, not so much.
No, not so much. He says after this show he will.
Right, thanks. Still, the whole there's a line in Swamp Thing 2, Return of the Swamp Thing, and it's something to the effect, "I'm always going to be a plant." She's like, "Hey, that's cool. I'm a vegetarian," and it's just
yeah, horrible.
It's bad.
Hutch says Serpent the Rainbow scared the shit out of me. I was in grade school. Yeah, it's
man.
It's a good fit. It's a good flick. I love that flick. I'd forgotten how much I liked that flick until I watched it the other night, though, or last night.
I was surprised.
Dave said how it still holds up.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Dave says I'm a huge fan of the Creep Factor movies. That will give it to you for sure. All right. So that is anybody else got a top 5 list for Wes Craven to send our way? We'll talk about that for here in a moment. But yeah. Do you see what I mean, though, about how he changed the game multiple times over his career a little bit? Do you agree with that? Or you just think he did it the once with Scream?
No, he stayed relevant. Like I was saying, a lot of the choices on my list were all really independent and unique stories that really hadn't been done before, like that. So I mean, so he was like at least at the forefront. He was the trendsetter as opposed to the follower. So Wes fucking Craven, gone 7 years, 2015. Man, doesn't seem that long ago.
Nah, doesn't. Yeah, I got nothing. No. Colonel, what do you got to say?
The French.
Oh, that's right.
No Colonel.
Oh man, no Colonel. It's weird. Very, very strange. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna start adding a different thing here to Monday Maniacs too, where we talk about what's coming later this week in horror. Like,
Yeah.
you know, so because next, like later on this week, Shudder has the new documentary Boris Karloff, The Man Behind the Monster. That's dropping on Thursday. It looks to be an interesting little documentary that we've actually had access to for a month or so now.
I know it's been sitting there. It's like
I don't think I haven't watched it. Maybe Colonel has, but I don't know. And then on Friday, the Requeen or Requeen, Requin, looks to be a shark movie of some kind. Drops on video on demand. So, a couple new films for you guys to watch this weekend coming out. Check them out. Let us know what you think, and then get on our website and let us know. You put your rankings on our list. So.
yeah, as you see all the movies, you can actually go to our site now and give it your own score. And then
Right.
we're going to have the fan vote at the end of the year, man. So you'll actually, your shit counts.
That's right.
It matters now. What's the next big, what's the next mainstream horror release we're getting?
Don't believe.
Got a couple of months, I think.
Yeah. The next one really in theaters is one called The Devil's Light.
Yes.
But then February 18th is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Netflix. So I guess that would probably be the next main big release. If
That's
you
a pretty big fucking deal, man. It's a cornerstone of the big four. So yes, it's a big fucking deal. That's huge.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Streaming or not.
No, I agree. Not saying it doesn't count.
I just hope it doesn't have a paranoid, schizophrenic delusion of a killer's dad.
Right.
Proudly looking on.
Here, I'll show you guys what we did with the website, where you can go and check out what's out and what's coming. So there's the site, and you can go through, and that's everything that's come out so far this year. And if you hover above stuff, see that one's got looks like it got 1 star.
Yeah.
Now
Nice.
Most of these don't have. This one's got 4 stars. Cool. I want to see this actually. The Free Fall. I've heard good things about it. That one's got 1 star. That one's got 3 stars. And we're even going to talk about the TV series and other stuff in here too. So
we're trying to get it all in here, man.
But yeah, somebody's already given the Requeen 5 stars. That
5 stars. That's got to be one of the fucking filmmakers.
might be. Hold on, let's see here, because there's a comment too. It looks like. Oh, that's Michael. I loved Alicia Silverstone in those Aerosmith videos as a kid. Why wouldn't I love watching her get terrorized by a shark? Nice. Hey, I have to agree with him there. We got 2 votes for a 5 and a 4 for Boris Karloff already.
She's been laying low, Alicia Silverstone. It'd be nice to see her again.
But yeah, that's how you get in there and check out this site. And like I said, we'll be adding to it every week, and it just goes on and on. And if you have a film that you want to include,
yeah, let us know.
Submit it. As long as it comes out this year, let us know, and we'll add it to the list. By God.
My God.
Oh, yeah. Dave says, we need more Sharknadoes.
Oh, man.
No, we do not. That I can say, no, we do not.
How about like Zombeaver 17? Don't we need that one?
No,
No.
we don't need that one either. Huh. Thank you.
I was like right over that too. I was like, so funny.
All right. Well, is there anything else to talk about? Like I said, since we don't have a Colonel, we may just wrap this up soon.
Okay, so a couple of minutes shorter.
Yeah, a couple of minutes.
When the Colonel's omitted. Colonel?
Bah, 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 bah.
You can still hear him at least.
Andy says, I have $1 million Corman-esque film idea. Sharkcano.
Oh my God. A volcano that erupts sharks? Sharks swimming in lava? This is horrible, horrible sounding premise.
Yeah, I don't know.
Living it.
Well, I mean, hell, that fucking volcano that went off under the ocean the other week. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Down by, what was it, Tonga or something like that? Insane.
It's not going good here on planet Earth. It's just not going good.
No, it's not. Hey, Kiara finally showed up. We were wondering about, typical Monday sleepiness. Hey, we get it.
Quite all right.
Yeah. Dave says Swamp Thing is on YouTube. Well, there you go. And Lorena says, please, guys, do not encourage him about the Sharkcano. Yeah.
Sounds like you've heard the whole pitch already, Lorena.
Coming soon from Death Curse Society Production. Sharkcano.
Coming soon from DCS Productions. Sharkcano.
No. Oh, she says, thank you. I've been hearing about this $1 billion Sharkcano idea for years.
No, it could be, if it's done right, it would be terrifying, man. Absolutely.
Dude, if done right, it could be sci-fi's next string of ridiculous hits.
They're going to make it like Sharknado, though, so it won't be terrifying at all.
Right, exactly.
The unintended laugh.
Anyway, well,
yeah,
let's wrap it up.
That's pretty much it, man.
Yeah.
Folks, it's a short night. What do we got going on next week?
Actually, that may be up in the air.
It's still up in the air right now. I'm wondering why. Oh,
well,
yeah.
I'm hoping we may have a chance to do something.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but at least you could drop it and get people queued up for it. Probably.
Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see. It depends on what we get this week. So.
Right. Well, it's got a fucking ring.
Yeah. No shit. Well, Ziggy, send them out for the night.
Thanks for joining us. Short but sweet version of Monday Maniacs. It was cool, man. Like Wes Craven, I could see us going down the line and hitting all the directors like this and kind of giving them their day in court. I think we've done a couple already outside of Wes Craven, but
we've done Carpenter. Didn't we do Carpenter and Cronenberg?
We did do Cronenberg for sure. So there you go, Wes Craven. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I know we skipped over like George Romero and stuff, but I mean, it's
he's still on the list though.
3 of them are there though. I mean, but he's actually done a few that aren't zombie movies, folks, that are okay too.
Mm-hmm.
But, there's other directors out there. I mean, obviously Sam Raimi would definitely be another one we could look at.
Well, and you guys want to do the Italian?
No,
we did do Italian. We did do Italian.
We did Italian films. I don't think we did directors.
Oh well.
Fulci did enough. Argento, Bava. There's a lot, I mean, but we could probably do those guys all in one show. I think if we did an Italian director thing, maybe top 3 from each, something like that.
Maybe.
Yes, but anyways, thanks for joining us, and hopefully we got a cool announcement for you next week on some developments here in the DCS studios, but that remains to be seen. But keep joining us. I'll say it for the Colonel who can't be here tonight. Don't get sick. Wash your dick. And don't be a Scuba Steve. Wash that beef. What does he say? I don't even know what he said. Yeah, something
Use
great.
use Summer's Eve.
Yeah.
Wash that bee. What the fuck, man?
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's all I got.
On behalf of women everywhere, I apologize for the zigzag.
I wanted to make sure and thoroughly derail this thing before, you know what I mean? If, in the spirit of the Colonel, come on.
Good God. This is why our demographic is like 88% men.
It's not my catchphrase. I don't know.
Actually, our demo's not that bad. It's fairly split more than I thought it would be, but I'm shocked.
Well, because the chicks that are cool think we're funny. You know what I mean?
They get it.
They got a sense of humor. Yeah, right. They get it.
Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, it's a short night. We missed the Colonel, so hopefully he's back with us next week. And yep, hopefully we will have something kind of special for you next week. We're not sure yet, so we're hoping. We're hopeful. But yes, with some of our members, stay tuned because we are probably going to need your help over the next week to test this out a little bit. So we may be reaching out to you for a little help. We'll let you know. But
We're about
for the
to
Colonel,
change the game, baby.
again, we changed the game too. And I like it. Huh. For the Colonel, for Zigzag, this Red Crank saying DCS out. We will see you next week. Until then, woo! Later.